Welcome back, my degenerates. It is week 9 in the NFL, and today I'll be giving you my small risks and big rewards for the games ahead. In today's quick episode, I'll be going through my choices for each game's money line, their spreads, and of course the over and unders as well. For those of you that do follow along, I will be using ProLine Stadium bets to preview the odds because we've got to keep it Canadian, eh? Time to beat the odds. Let's go. Before we get going, if you could leave a like to support the channel, that'd be awesome. And if you want to follow along, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for future videos that I'll be doing on a weekly basis. And please let me know, what are your calls for the big upsets this week going to be? So let's pull things up here and get started. And we'll dive right in, and here we go. So game 1 of the week, we have Atlanta at New Orleans. NFC South divisional game with an over-under of 41.5, which seems pretty low. But we have, of course, Jameis Winston is not playing. The Saints are still favored at home by just under a touchdown. I think that's the safe bet. I think that the play here is New Orleans being a better team overall. They're at home. They just came off a really big win with Trevor Siemian at the helm, and they just beat the Bucs, which is huge, right? And the Bucs are a much better team than Atlanta. So I think the play here is the money line for New Orleans. I also think they'll cover the 6.5, and I'm actually going to take the over here because I do think that there'll be more than 42 points scored in this particular game. Now, if I can find my mouse, where are you? There you are, sir. Let's move you guys to the next game. Buffalo at Jacksonville. I don't want to waste anyone's time. We'll keep it short and brief. It's Buffalo across the board. Money line, they're paying 7 cents to the dollar for obvious reasons. They're one of the best teams in the NFL, and Jacksonville is arguably one of the worst teams. 14.5 points. I'm going to take that spread as well. I think Buffalo covers that handily, and I'm going to take the over because Buffalo could easily put up those many points on their own as it is. That being said, a lot of people are arguing right now that Buffalo is as good as they are because of their schedule and the teams they faced. They haven't faced a team with a winning record, and they haven't looked phenomenal. So, Buffalo keeps winning. They keep beating the spreads. They keep, against their. I think they only have one loss against the spread all year, maybe two losses against the spread all year. So I think I'm going to keep rolling with that trend. Game 3. My last video I had, I found that my spreads were all up and down. So I'm trying to make them nice and even for those of you that are OCD like myself. Game 3, we have Cleveland Browns visiting the Cincinnati Bengals, AFC North division rivals. The Bengals are favored by just shy of a field goal at home. So that, that just shows you, for those of you that don't know, usually when you're the home team, you get a field goal advantage. So it's not quite 3, so that means that the betting, the team in Vegas, I'll call them, they think that Cleveland is slightly better than the Bengals here. I'm going to take Cleveland to win this game. I think that they can upset the Bengals. I think that obviously if you take the money line there, then you're going to take the spread. And I think this will be an under. I've been saying it all year, and I know I have a good buddy of mine, Rob, out there. He says I'll get some flack for this, but I think the Bengals are pretenders. They just lost to the Jets last week. I think that Cleveland's a better team. They're going through some weird stuff with Odell Beckham being released, but I think they can go into Cincinnati and they can win that game. I don't think they'll have a problem with it. Next game, Denver at Dallas. Dallas is favored by 10 points at home. Dak is supposed to play. And the over-under being 48.5, which I think right off the hop, take the over. Denver beats up on bad teams, but they don't do so hot against good teams, and Dallas just looks like a good team. They're coming off a pretty big win without Dak last week against the Vikings. Even if Cooper Rush can get it done against the Vikings, I think that him or Dak will easily get things done against Denver here. So I'm going to take the money line. However, I don't think that 10 points is coverable. I think that I'm going to take the Denver spread of plus 10. I think they can keep it closer than that. They can keep it within a touchdown, maybe even a field goal. They'll get some lucky breaks, maybe a punt return type touchdown. Their defense is pretty good, and there'll be some turnovers in this game. That being said, though, I do think the over will hit. I think that there'll be a couple defensive touchdown options in this game, too. So I'm going to take the over of the 48.5. Next game. The Texans on the road in Miami. Miami is favored by 5.5 points with an over-under of 46. I don't know how anyone can give Miami 5.5 points. Tyrod should be back. I'm taking the Texans. Money line, upset. That means I'm taking the spread of 5.5, and I'm taking the over the 46 as well. I think Tyrod comes, if he comes back or not, I think the Texans can win this game. I think that Miami looks brutal. But I'm taking the over. I think that both teams can sling the ball. And I think that both defenses are pretty poor. They're piss poor, really. So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna take Houston across the board, and I'm gonna take the over. Nice afternoon coffee here. Next game. I gotta keep my mouse on that bar. Okay, so we've got Las Vegas at the New York Giants. Vegas is a favor on the road with 3 points at 46.5 as an over-under. I think this one's simple too. I think the Giants are a bad team. I think that Las Vegas is a good team. I think that they're coming off of a weird situation with Henry Ruggs. But, you know, when Gruden got kicked to the can, I think that they stepped it up as an organization and a team, and they show that they're not about who's running the show there. I think that they're just a bunch of good football players. And their pass rush is stupid good. I think it's number 1 in the league right now. Yeah, it's Vegas money line. It's Vegas by 3, and I'm going to take the over in this game as well. Vegas should win these games pretty handily as well. Okay, the Battle of the Purple. We've got the Vikings in M&T Bank Stadium at my favorite team, the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are favored by 6 at home, and the over-under is implied total of 50.5. I think it's an under. I don't think that both of these teams play down to their opponent normally, and it's weird when they play each other. I think that Baltimore wins, so I'm going to take Baltimore money line. They are at home. I think this is the last game of their 4-game stretch at home, which, they're coming off the bye week. They've had some time to prepare. I think they win this game at home. However, I think 6 points might be too much. I'm going to take the Vikings spread. This will probably come down to a field goal either way. I think the Vikings will kick it and miss, and the Ravens will win, or Tucker will do his thing and be the GOAT as normal and get things done. But I am going to go with the under in this game as well. And if you can hear my dogs barking, I apologize. Okay, next game, New England at Carolina. I think that this is a weird game. I don't think I'm actually going to bet this game with my own money. The over-under is 41. I'm going to take the over. I think that's a super low under for these two teams. Darnold may not play. I don't think he's going to. And honestly, I don't care. He doesn't really boost the score of Carolina for me in any way or the other. I think that New England's a better team. I hate to admit that I think they're actually a good team. They look like they were having a rough go, but they seem to be pulling things together. New England money line, and I think they can handle the 3.5 points as well on the road, and I'm also going to be taking the over. Okay, this game is a strange one to me, and I feel like this is a no-brainer, so now I'm nervous to pick it. But the Chargers are going into Philadelphia, and they're a favorite by 1 point, and the over-under being 49.5. I'm taking the over. I like the overs in this week a lot, actually, it seems. 1 second, my doggo. And just like that, with the magic of editing, we are back and ready to roll. The dogs are outside, so I apologize. Love them, but they can just get barky sometimes. Again, so the Chargers going to Philadelphia. I think this game is just... Philadelphia last week, they beat the hell out of a really, really bad football team in the Lions. And they're getting some sort of praise out of this. I don't know. I don't think they're a good football team this year. I like Philadelphia. I apologize to the fans out there that have to watch them this year. I don't think Sirianni knows what he's doing. I don't think he's it. The Chargers by 1 point is absolutely ridiculous to me. It's money line. It's paying 81 cents to the dollar, which is amazing. This is my favorite bet of the week, I think. And that's what, again, it spooks me a little bit, so it's probably going to go the other way. But it's money line Chargers. It's spread Chargers, and I'm taking the over here as well. And we're going to move along because that game, I don't understand the odds on that one. Green Bay at Kansas City. So we have our anti-vaxxer Aaron Rodgers, which if you don't know the full story, go check it out. He did a really good interview with Pat McAfee. So go check that out on Pat McAfee's channel. Rodgers is out, and they're going into Kansas City. Kansas City has looked like absolute garbage this year, and they're favored by 7.5. So right off the hop, I'm taking the Packers spread. I think 7.5 is too much, whether it's Jordan Love or not. I don't care. I think that the Packers are a good organization. I think they have a good, well-rounded team on defense and offense, and they win big games when they matter. The over-under of 48, I'm going to take the over here as well. If Mahomes has a great game and things go the way they should based off this spread, he's going to put up lots of points on his own. And I think that Green Bay can keep up and run the ball as well. Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon look like beasts out there right now this year, and I think that 7.5 is too much, so I'm taking Green Bay spread. I am going to take Kansas City to win the game. I think they can win this one at home. This is one of a bunch of games I think that they're going to start winning. And again, I'm going to take the over as well. We have the Sunday Nighter. Okay, this should be a good game. Tennessee's in a weird spot. You know, Adrian Peterson's on the team now that Derrick Henry's out. Ryan Tannehill's been looking okay. A.J. Brown, questionable again. You know, as per normal. Like, what a weird year the Titans are having. But they keep winning games. 3.72 is a crazy payout if they can win this game. I don't think they're gonna though. I think the Rams can win at home, no problem. You know, and it's a decent payout for what this match should be. Rams money line. I think they'll win by 7.5. I think they'll win by 10 or more. So I'm taking the Rams spread as well. And I think this will be a high flying game. The Rams defense hasn't. They're good. Like individual plays they're making is incredible, but they're also letting a lot of points happen. And again, Tennessee's defense is just absolutely abysmal. So give me the over. And then lastly, to summarize things up here, the Monday night game, Chicago at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is favored at home by 6.5, and the over/under is the lowest of the week of 39 points. It's the Bears. I'm taking Bears money line. I'm taking the Bears spread, and I'm taking the over. I think the Bears are finding themselves right now. They played really good last week. Don't get me wrong; they still lost by 11 to the Niners, but I don't think Pittsburgh is out here to win games this year. I just don't see it. Big Ben looks flat. The defense looks weird. Aside from Mr. Watt, I don't know. I just think that Chicago can really do a good job with an upset here on the road on Monday night. All right, now. It's time to lay it small on the line. My send-off for you folks, but before ending the episode, is my risk it for the biscuit, you might say. I do a 3 to 6 game parlay that you can risk some big coin on and make back some good money. Today, I've chosen a 4-game parlay. It is 3 upsets that I think have a legitimate possibility to go down, and with what I also think is the biggest no-brainer that we talked about for a spread of this week. So let's jump into it. There it is up on the screen. Number 1, Cleveland Browns go into Cincinnati and they win that game. Cleveland money line, 2.12 odds. Love it. Give it to me. I'm taking it. Houston versus Miami. I think Miami is an absolute joke this season. Tua is looking better, but it doesn't matter. I think that Houston, especially if Tyrod comes back, they want to win a game. I know that they want to, they don't want to mess up their odds if they're getting the first overall pick this year, but that might be going to the Lions anyways. But I think Houston has some fight in them. They just traded away Ingram. They're going to win this game. I just think that they're going to win this game. The third one, the Chargers, as we talked about, I don't understand this line. 87 cents paying out on the dollar is amazing for this. So yeah, give me the Chargers money line. Spread. They're going to win by more than 1 point. It's basically a pick 'em. And then last but not least, we're going to go money line Chicago to upset the Pittsburgh Steelers, as we just talked about in the Monday night game. I think Pittsburgh is not a phenomenal team this year. I think Chicago's going to get it done in primetime. That's where we're at. You spend $100, you're making $38.50. Spend $10, you're making $385. So I hope this video was helpful. May the odds be ever in your favor. Thanks again for watching. I'm Dave, your host of Small Risks and Big Rewards. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Enjoy your NFL weekend, my friends. I am out.